What up, everybody? How we all doing this evening? This is the Transformer Slag podcast live stream main event. It's a special one today because we would have been at TFCon Toronto, but just being a good citizen and trying to keep the big V down, we are not there. But that being said, we are going to do some special stuff today for everybody. We have some new reveals of official Transformer product today. Well, at least teasers. I think we'll save the reveals probably next week or something. We have some giveaways to give away to patrons and YouTube members to thank you for the year-end long awesomeness that people have been doing, supporting the podcast and stuff. So we have some giveaways. We have a crazy unboxing from one of our patrons who sent us a crazy gift in the P.O. Box mail. So I'm going to open some of it. I'll get into the story in that later. And of course, in case you haven't noticed, to my right of me or my left of me, depending on how you're holding your cell phone and where you're holding it, we have Chris back with us again.
Hi, everyone. I know I should have been at TFCon, but, we have to keep ourselves safe, so sacrifice one so I could attend many
Yeah,
more in
that's
the
the
years
way
to
that I
come.
look at it too. It's just, the way I see it is just if I have to miss one or two shows, and a lot of people were shocked when I said I didn't go to Baltimore, because I'm one of the last people to skip a Transformer convention. I have been consistently going to BotCon since 2001 and TFCon since 2007. So it's something that it's like to skip one for me is a big deal to people. And like I got a message from someone saying like it feels weird to go to a TFCon Toronto without you being there. And I was like, yeah, well, look, I want to behave myself. So we're going to do something special today. I just want to give a warning in advance. It's crazy weather in Canada right now, as it expects when you have winter. I hope that we don't lose power. There was some light fluctuations here and there, and it is what it is. Like I always say, let's hope we don't lose that, because more than anything else, I want to do the giveaways. We're going to go through the news. We'll do the reveals. We'll do the giveaways, and then we'll just do super chats. You guys could ask questions to me or Chris here. And yeah, we could just chillax, shall we? So let's jump into the news. And we got a lot. A lot of good stuff. So we're going to start with number one, which was the big one that we got some updates on some brand new buzzworthy Bumblebee merchandise. We didn't find out from Hasbro. We didn't find out from it leaking to some reviewer that would buy stolen product. This was just found in warehouses, and that was that. The two big ones, we're going to talk about the third one of this wave, but the two big ones is this buzzworthy Bumblebee Studio Series 86 13BB Cliff Jumper and a Studio Series 86 02BB Cup. Now we're going to go through these one at a time with the snazzy images we got, and I'm going to say this right now, like, man, it's making people double dip. There's a lot going on with the paint on this Bumblebee than people realize. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. The one thing that threw me off after looking at this really hard is if you look at the Earthrise Bumblebee, and that's why I included both because I want to compare them here. If you look at the Earthrise Bumblebee, his forearm is red. And the reason for that, and the reason why I point that out, is because every single mold of this character, the gang molding of that character, the forearm matches the color of the rest of the body. That's how it's gang molded in the factories. That means that this Cliff Jumper here, this new Studio Series 1, has painted arms. They put the budget in to paint the arms. So there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. The painted bazooka to match the show, so it matches more accurately to the colors there. The windshield being colored in, the more vibrant red. I mean, some people are even arguing, looking at the picture, supposedly the head is slightly sculpted differently to be even more screen accurate. That I don't really see it myself, but some people are claiming that. Autobot logo on the chest. A lot of stuff going on here. Really cool. What do you think, Chris?
I'm just looking at the arms right now, and yeah, they put a lot of effort into it for a, a line a lot of listeners can access to, which is quite amazing. But it's not our first time, and it's not going to be our last time. The cup is really one of the most interesting ones that I found in this reel. It's just all of like the just making it as accurate as possible to the 80s film. And then you have Cliff Jumper, also the same thing. And it's quite funny, but like looking at the bazooka, anyone remember that like old YouTube video of that one scene where Cliff Jumper uses the bazooka, but they use the Casey Kasem meltdown audio atop of it?
Oh, I don't remember
It's just
that.
it's a really old video. Someone has posted that. They just put the Casey Kasem like having a big rant on when he was off. It was basically off the record, but it was recorded back when he was the host of America's Top 40. It
For
was
people that don't know, Casey Kasem was the voice of Generation One Cliff Jumper.
mhm.
But yeah, like I mean, I think it looks like the cup one, especially like you just mentioned. What I love about that, and I'm going to show the images here comparing to the original Studio Series 86 version, which is like same thing. It's going to make people double dip, where they bought their Studio Series 86 version thinking, okay, I got my definitive cup here. This is the best cup toy I'll ever have. And then they go in, they paint in the chest, they add the little minor details that are on the animation model, even in the alt mode. The little places that weren't painted before, that were sculpted in that gang molded plastic, were now painted in as if there's extra budget to make it match the animation model, which is absolutely fascinating. The only thing that I haven't seen in these photos is just like I want to see, because a lot of the figures sometimes they aren't painted on the back. Like we get these really nice figures that are painted in the front, and then they kind of like skip out on any of the paint deco in the back of the robot mode. So we haven't seen any of that really, but I mean these look fantastic. It's going to make people buy again and again and again, and I'm not surprised that this happened, because it happened a million times during the days of Transformers Classics and Universe and Generations, where we would get our Western version, and then Takara would have their Henkei or their Legends version that had way more paint and was better. So it doesn't surprise me that this is happening, but at the same time, I think it only surprised me because it's happening on this side of the globe. Because according to the listings that we've seen online, these are going to be available in Target, and they're going to be available this month. Like they could show up any day now. So keep that in mind, people. Keep that in mind. Pretty crazy. And also part of this case assortment, which is probably the least exciting of the bunch, is there's also going to be part of this wave. You're going to get the cup, you're going to get the Bumblebee, you're going to get some filler. I believe it was just a straight up repack figure. And then you're going to get the Buzzworthy Bumblebee Studio Series 70BB, aka Cybertronian Bumblebee B127. And what's different about this one, as opposed to the main Studio Series release, and I have the images here to compare, is this one's going to be unmasked, doesn't have the battle mask on, and it has, just like the cup and the Cliff Jumper, way more paint put on it. It's not only is it molded in plastic, but they washed a paint over it, and it looks absolutely fantastic. What's up, Larry? So it looks really, really good. I mean, I'm surprised, because Buzzworthy Bumblebee was sold to us initially as, okay, you know, we need to fill stuff in the Asian market. We're going to reissue a lot of our older product. Maybe some of it will be different than the previously existing product, and that's it. And it was going to sound like a budget line. That was the original pitch. And then as time progressed, there was new original designs put in and stuff like that. And now we have stuff that looks like it's the opposite of a budget line. Now they're putting tons of paint into stuff. So this is incredible. You know, this is really good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about B?
No one's going to sorry. No one's going to blame you for double dipping on like these toys. Thankfully, because I had the foresight, I knew that there were going to be better versions of the Studio Series. So this will be my first time buying.
No, it's going to be double dipping for me, unfortunately. Yeah, well, again, 86 movie was my first kiss with Transformers, and when all those Studio Series 86 stuff came, it just intrigued me to no end. And it's something where, I was like, oh man, I gotta get it. I forgot to mention also, and it's because there wasn't really good images of it, but with the Cliff Jumper, because he's a Studio Series as opposed to being an Earthrise release, this figure actually has a Studio Series number associated with it. So he's Studio Series 13. Fun fact, the Starscream, our leader class one that we're going to get, the Coronation Starscream, that's Studio Series 12. So does that mean we're going to get also a regular Studio Series Cliff Jumper? Or is that regular Studio Series Cliff Jumper just going to be a repack of what we have to here today? Possibility. Just something I just want to put out there. Also, he comes with the background with Jazz on Moonbase 1. So you could you could buy your Studio Series 86 Jazz, you could have your Cliff Jumper together, and you got your Moonbase 1 team. This looks fantastic. I'm super happy about this. I've always loved Cliff Jumper, and now he just has like this crazy version. What's funny is we have all of this shown to us, and we have that masterpiece Cliff Jumper that's still kind of on the horizon. So if you're a Cliff Jumper fan, there's a lot going on here. A lot going on here.
I'm really looking forward to comparison between the Studio Series 1 and the Masterpiece 1. So
yeah.
That's going to be quite interesting.
For sure. Next up, probably how we got the title of the video today, Sexy Robot. Let's talk about the Transformers RED. We have Knockout and we have Ultra Magnus, who's sexy in his own right without the armor on, that vibrant white. But let's first start with Ultra Magnus. We got a nice photo shoot. Obviously, the people who got these straight from the factories opened them up and took some nice photos of them. And the Ultra Magnus is, well, it's a white Optimus Prime, as expected. It is what it is. But it looks really good. It has that Dreamwave kind of flavor to it, where it really has that vibrant white the first real time we saw Ultra Magnus without his armor on, fictionally, not counting the original Generation 1 toy. He looks really good. He has a light blue Energon axe, even though he's never really fictionally had something like that. But they got to do something. Everything that's on the mold that's going to come with Optimus is going to come with this Ultra Magnus. So the question is, does he have the Matrix? We don't know. It wasn't shown in the photos. It's hard to see through his chest if it's there. Maybe I'm not seeing it well. But Magnus looks cool. What do you think about Magnus before we get to the main event on that one?
It looks really good. It's been a while, I don't know, quite a long time since we've gotten a white repaint and called it a Magnus. So that was really cool of Hasbro.
Yeah, the last time I think because Hasbro's been good recently. They've been giving us original molds that are Ultra Magnus, not just white Optimus. I think the last time we got that was 2014. I think it was a Legends class of Optimus or something. There was that period. There was a good period between 2006 and 2014, almost a good 6 years or so, that this character was just a white Optimus repaint, and that's it. It would be like, hey, here's War Within Optimus Prime, white repaint. Hey, here's this Optimus Prime Classics figure, white repaint. And it was just the easy way to go about it. And now we got something that's finally original, in recent years with the Siege version and the Kingdom one and everything, but we're now kind of back to that old story, So it looks nice. It looks nice. I'm not a big fan of the RED line, but the next one here is probably going to be a purchase, and is that of Transformers Prime Knockout. Now, I show here in comparison, up to this point, before this figure came out, the best version of Knockout was the Transformers Prime RED 2012 Deluxe Class figure. That includes everything that's been made of him up to that point. Arms Micron and all kinds of Japanese repaints and little figures and every scale. That was probably your go-to for Knockout. The problem is a lot of those Transformer Prime designs, sometimes they did stuff that just were physically impossible. And that's why I show also here to the left his animation model. His animation model, it's almost there. It's almost there with the toy. But again, there's only so much one could do with a deluxe class. I'm pretty sure if Knockout was like a masterpiece and the budget was limitless, maybe they could pull something off. But with a deluxe class in 2012, that's as far as they could go. Now we have this RED one, and this is what I feel RED should exist for. Those designs that are too difficult to do, and you don't have to expect fans to then go out and buy a masterpiece or an expensive third-party release. This is great. This is like really, really great. And it's straight up the animation model. It really is. Like they found a way to really work in every small paint detail in there. And I didn't really realize this until I started like doing the slides, just how many accessories it comes with too, because he's not only a automobile, he's an automobile enthusiast. So, as he would quote it. But this looks great. He comes with, it looks like his power spear, his drill, his buzzsaw. Supposedly he has other accessories too. I just couldn't find proper photos of them. But I mean, it looks great. Looks great. I'm super excited about this one. I mean, any Knockout fan is going to be hyped about this. What do you think?
Oh, I know they're going to be very, very happy about it. Like my first viewing of the first photos that came out, I'm going like, oh my God, this is the sexiest Knockout ever. And yeah, even as for someone who was not much of a big fan of Prime to begin with, I absolutely am thinking about biting the bullet and taking that Knockout. And yeah, but again, it's like you said, because of the way how those character designs are made, should be specifically made for something that's considered to be impossible by our current engineering, and just like put that in there for RED. And like also, Prime stuff is a very good idea of what it could look like, and they could expand a lot more to like other characters that are kind of impossible to be show
like what
accurate.
we've had thus far. Like we had I call the greatest hits, the Optimuses, the Megatrons, the Starscreams, the Soundwaves, the Bumblebees, and then it's like, okay, here's the greatest hits from Beast Wars, which the Optimus, the Cheetors, which, look, hey, I love Beast Wars to death. Everyone knows that. But, I mean, we got a lot of Optimus and Cheetor toys that are already absolutely fantastic. Did we really need RED? But, I mean, I've been told in the past that RED really is not marketed to hardcore Transformer fans. But these Transformer Prime releases, the RC, the Knockout, those, I think, is something where even the hardcore fans are going to, like, start paying attention and going, like, I need to get that, Like, do I need 6-inch Optimus Prime? G1. Do I need Soundwave? Do I need Megatron when we have so many?
Mm-hmm. And speaking of, like, Cliff Jumper earlier, I would like an RED Prime Cliff Jumper.
Oh, well, that would be pretty... You know what? That one, unfortunately, I feel like that would be probably later down the line if it survives. Like, it's... Mm-hmm. I feel that, like... I think that Knockout even being there is primarily because in 2020 he won the fan vote, and I think that that probably had a little bit to do with it. They're probably like, oh, okay, people really like this character. All right, we'll put him in. As opposed to like if you asked me like, okay, we're gonna make this RED line, who are they gonna feature? I would have not guessed Knockout. I would have even if you said, oh, Transformer Prime characters, I would have said, okay, Optimus. Megatron, Bumblebee, Starscream, and then I'm gonna like slide down to the Bulkheads, the Knockouts, and but they'd be after 4 other releases. So still pretty awesome. We have a super chat here from Axe to the Head. He says, "Sup Proto, the new RED looks good. Best regards, Axe." Thank you, Axe, for the super chat. Yeah, I mean, supposedly we have other RED stuff that's still coming. We have supposedly a G1 Galvatron, a G1 Shockwave, and 2 more Transformer Prime characters in, no surprise, Optimus Prime and Megatron. So stay tuned for those when we get more images on that. And speaking of red sexy robots, this was on my Twitter, and it kind of caught fire. I don't know why no one noticed this. We got to see the new box mandate for 2022 for the Transformers Studio Series and how Hasbro is going to be handling product in the future, specifically of the more smaller price points. You could kind of see already an example of this right now in stores if you pick up any of the deluxe Cyberverse characters from season 4, like Cheetor, and I think Soundwave is part of that too. Like he's part of the reissues. But it's an open window box. You could actually touch and feel the figure. It covers more surface area with cardboard, so it still kind of keeps the figure in there. So the reason why I brought this up was because we had listings of a Hot Rod variant. That's what it was listed as. And people thought, oh, we're going to get like, a different Hot Rod color. We're going to get magenta Hot Rod, or we're going to get something. Unfortunately, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but it looks like it's just new 2022 Hasbro ecological packaging mandate Hot Rod. Or as is called here in this listing, Hot Rodo. I don't know what's wrong with that image there. Maybe it's the guy who did the packaging mock-up for the stock dudes or something. But I mean, it looks exactly the same. The thing that only I'm worried about this, because it's using Studio Series, is all about that background cardboard for the display. It looks like in the case of Hot Rod here, he's being held down by his spoiler, which obviously there has to be a hole in the back of that display of that cardboard. So, and same thing as Gun, if you look at it too, it's behind a piece of cardboard. So I think that the nice fancy displays that we got in the back of a lot of our Studio Series figures are going to now have these like cardboard holes in them or something, just so the figure could be held down. I don't know, but it's just something I did want to bring up. I mean, it does look like it's smaller packaging. I'm kind of hoping that maybe now he's being reissued as a deluxe class and he's cheaper and everyone could get him, because I think he's an absolutely fantastic figure. No bias at all, of course. But, I mean, I think he looks great. What do you think about him?
You know what? I mean, if it's any way to save the amount of cardboard, then go for it. But yeah, I do agree with you, because I'm looking at the back of Hot Rod over there, and it looks like they did like cut a hole just so the spoiler can fit inside.
Well, especially like we talked about last week, or I think it was the week before, about Hasbro's new anti-theft method, where they're going to have like something that's like holding the figure down, almost like a spoiler. And Hot Rod's up practically built for something like that without it having to be added,
Which is true. And again, because we've gone through periods where there has been a lot of people posting on social media of other people like swapping toys around and like trying to refund it. And I'm glad Hasbro is addressing that, but also the issue of people, please stop doing that.
You know what?
It's not fun.
I should have saved the image. And posted it. Someone returned Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom Black Arachnia, and they put that 4-pack one of her in it. The cheetah bra one. And I was like, what kind of moron did that? They actually returned the better figure, the more valuable figure. But I mean, yeah, I see that stuff. I see it. It's frustrating because I don't see it much with Transformers locally for me, but the Marvel Legends community, there is some dickhead that is literally like buying Marvel Legends like 3-packs, taking like the one figure they liked from that 3-pack and returning it and putting like a John Cena figure in there or something, or like a wrestler that they got from the dollar store. And it's just, I don't know. I hate that stuff. Princeton Phalanx 59 with the super chat. I have the Transformers RED reformatting Megatron, the purple 1986 one, and I love the translucent purple. Yeah, I think that one looks really good. It's not the first time it's been done. They did it back in the day with the PVC version. That was a chase figure though, so that one was probably really expensive to get today, the 3-inch. But yeah, it looks really good. I mean, I think it looks nice. It's just that I remember having this discussion it wasn't with Aaron Archer, it was someone else from the toy side, and they were saying like they didn't understand how Hasbro was able to come to that price for the RED stuff when you could get something of the comparable size and character, way more parts, probably equal amount of paint, and it's the same price. So I think that, and that's where it reaffirms where RED was created more for a mainstream audience that doesn't mind paying a little more because they're not educated to what, I guess, the financial value of current Transformer product, much like a pop vinyl. A pop vinyl is $10 to $12. It has like one point of articulation, its neck, and the rest of it is paint. but you're paying for a license and like an item like that, where you have a Legends class Transformer that might be $10 and it has just as much paint and tons of pieces and parts, but that's getting into the nickels and dimes and inside baseball of toy design. But it's pretty nutty. It's pretty nutty. Next up we got this was something I wanted to bring up again because I talked about it earlier in the week, and it was about Omega Sentinel. Now, when I did that segment earlier in the week, I was talking about how these were the images on the top specifically were blurry images that were found on the desktop of Evan, one of the Hasbro designers, and people were speculating, oh my God, they're going to make an Omega Sentinel because this image was on his desktop. I did a segment later that week talking about how, well, the images that Evan had were actually like really old images from from like digibashes from a fan called Chris CHCHCH back in 2019. And I literally reenacted what Evan had on his desktop. So I was saying like, hey, I don't want to get your hopes up, but I don't know if we'll get an Omega Sentinel. It might be one of the many pitches that they have in their mind that just never happen. And let me tell you something. Hasbro has a lot of pitches that never happen. Now, I'm just showing there also, there's the blaster also. The blaster seems a lot more realistic because if you look at the Shattered Glass blaster there, that little thumbnail, it has the same details, those same little black details as the actual Voyager class Legacy, aka Kingdom blaster. So that one I think is real. I think we're getting not a studio series, a Shattered Glass blaster. But then I put my foot in my mouth later this week because I said that there's probably not going to be a Sentinel, Omega Sentinel. I think that it's just a pitch and they're just going to see if it happens. And then literally, like 5 minutes after that happened, Hasbro announced that they're issuing a new trademark for Omega Sentinel. In this case, Marvel's Omega Sentinel, a X-Men character. But the point is that means that Hasbro, number one, Hasbro has the Omega Sentinel trademark back. And the fact that the Marvel Legends line has to go out of their way to say Marvel's Omega Sentinel, just like they've done with Marvel's Iron Fist or certain other characters. This means that we're probably going to see the Omega Sentinel trademark used within the Transformer brand a lot sooner than we think. And going back to the image, that's probably what it's going to be. That's what it's, again, I could be wrong sometimes, but at least I could admit it and I could show you, the receipts, so to speak. So that's pretty awesome, though. What do you think? Did you ever get the Omega Supreme, the original one?
No, I never did. So
that came out at a weird time, didn't it? I'm trying to remember when it came because I know that Scorponok, which was the Titan afterwards, came out right during the Big V. So that was like, forget about it. But
yeah, I was never gonna get it.
I bought Omega Supreme after the fact. The Big V happened, and then there was a bunch of fans just unloading their collection because they thought it was the end of the world, and I'm like, I'll take that. Yeah. I'm going to buy that. No problem. But yeah, again, so we might get an Omega Sentinel. Maybe it'll be a Generation Selects thing. Maybe it'll be a future San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Who knows? But again, because that trademark is there, that is, I always tell people that's the crystal ball beyond crystal balls in my view. That's the real tell that something is coming, is when you see a trademark issue. Mm-hmm. Next thing we're going to cover is talking about licensing. Super 7 announced today their repaint of their Super Cyborg line of Optimus Prime. This time, no surprise. Now we have a Shattered Glass repaint. I know that some people are kind of hot and cold on Super 7 stuff, primarily because it's more of a, I guess, upper crust collector line. I was having a discussion on another podcast I was on about how I really like that brand new Ninja Turtles party wagon from Super 7. I just don't price of Unicron like it, I'm not paying the price of Unicron for a party wagon. So Super 7, look, I love their stuff, but sometimes as a Canadian, that hurts my little Canadian dollars with my caribous and beavers on them, so.
Exactly.
But either way, and loons. But either way, again, if you are interested in this, comes with Matrix of Leadership, removable chest with internal detail, Optimus Prime, or in this case, Shatterglass Optimus Prime's Ion Blaster. It is pre-ordering right now and estimated to come out March 22nd for $84.99. No surprise on this repaint. What's your thought of this boy?
I like it. It's just I agree with you on pricing.
You like it, you just don't.
It's not
$84.99 like it.
For me. I don't $84.99 like
they have
it
so
because,
much,
because we live.
I was going to just say, they have so much good stuff. They have so much good stuff that they do. I get their email like every week, and I'm on their mail list, and they show stuff that even I like, lines I don't even care about, like I'll be like, I don't even like Silverhawks, but I like these Silverhawks Ultimates, like it's just, man, I don't know. Sorry to cut you off. Yeah.
No, the only time I've ever bought Super 7 items was, remember that Black Friday sale from 3 years ago? No, 2 years ago, actually.
You're talking about the Black Friday exclusive reactions that they did? Yeah.
Yes, that's the only time I've ever bought them.
I have somewhere on my hard drive, I have like the master list of every reaction figure ever made. And I think we're at like 55 right now or something, which is crazy when you think about it. Like there's so many of those. Of just the Transformer ones. Next thing we're gonna have a reveal for you guys today. A little bit of a teaser, if anything. So one of our sponsors that we have is with Hasbro and Symbiote Studios. And Symbiote Studios, they're the ones that do the official Transformer plush line. Here's their full line of plush pins and stuff. I'm wearing their Snake Eyes shirt today and their Optimus Prime pin, and of course, if you see in the back there's the whole crew just chilling back there of Unicron and everybody. So again, symbiotestudios.com if you're interested in getting that cool stuff. But they're actually going to be revealing today some new stuff. So obviously, they also do other Hasbro stuff. They do G.I. Joe, they do Power Rangers, they do My Little Pony. But here is your teaser for the brand new wave for 2022. So Wave 1 in summer of 2020, we got Optimus and Soundwave. In Wave 2, which was winter of 2020, we got Bumblebee and Megatron. Wave 3 in summer of 2021, we got Grimlock and Starscream, which sold out almost instantly. Those were, holy moly, those two. That's why we made a t-shirt based on that. Then, of course, the San Diego Comic-Con and LA Comic-Con exclusive was the Unicron head, which is absolutely massive. And Wave 4 for 2022, we have some brand new dudes. I'm not going to say who, but I'm pretty sure you could guess. I mean, it's not really tough, but, we got a bunch.
It's not hard.
It's not very tough. But, bunch of dudes. I don't know how they're going to be distributed, because usually they're done in pairs of 2. But they're coming. So keep an eye out for that. I know a lot of people are hyped about this. After SDCC, a lot of their stock sold out. They're looking to restock everything as soon as possible. Nothing has been retired yet. But I'm worried about that, because there might be the case where one of these, Bumblebee was selling like crazy at one point, and Grimlock was like instant success. So keep an eye out for those. When we get the news, when we get some images on how those are going to look, we'll obviously have the news for you guys and have the big reveal maybe in the next coming weeks or so. But pretty hype stuff. Looks really good. Last thing I want to just talk about before we get into the beginning of the giveaways and stuff for everybody. Again, the Toy Armada with Aaron Archer. Me and Aaron are recording a amazing Transformer episode, and I want to show you guys just one quick slide from it. It's a 3-parter talking about the deep history of the creation of Transformers Armada. And Aaron provided a crazy amount of behind-the-scenes photos of everyone that had their hands in that project, and it's going to be an amazing journey. Part 1 has already been recorded. It's about, I'd have to say 90% edited now by me for Part 1. It's a 3-part series because we cover a lot. Like, Part 1 is just literally the road to what is this going to be, like when there's not even a name yet. So keep an eye out for that. That episode is going to be going live before the end of the year for sure. It's going to have a lot of cool stuff. Again, the Toy Armada with Aaron Archer on YouTube. Just be sure to find that channel. Be sure to subscribe to it. Shame on you if you subscribe to me and you don't subscribe to this. Guys, come on. It's a great show. It's a long-form podcast with visuals. Everything we talk about shows up on the screen, so you could play along. And we get knee-deep into the nitty-gritty of the toy industry, Hasbro, Kenner, and beyond. And just some really good stuff. Just some really, really, really good stuff. So let's get into the giveaway, and then we'll get into the crazy stuff I got. Primarily, like, here's an image. Mikey and Louie, they sent me a glorious Christmas gift to the Transformer Slag P.O. box. I was shocked by just how much they gave. I showed it to Chris even, because I was just like, you got to see what both of them sent. I love almost the wrapping paper more than anything. I just want to just show, like, they have like Wreck-It Ralph wrapping paper. I didn't even know that was a thing. That's kind of cute. But so to kind of give back, what we're going to do, it's the holiday season. It's the end of the year. To thank all the fans that have been supporting us throughout the years. All the YouTube members that are in the chat today and the patrons are going to be part of a giveaway. So we're going to do a giveaway today. We're going to do a giveaway next week, and we're going to try to do a giveaway maybe the week after that. I'm going to really see how I feel, because I don't know what day the live stream will be. I'm probably not going to do it on Saturday because it falls on Christmas, but I'll try to figure out something. I'll keep you guys posted on Twitter and everything. But so here's your 4 choices. We're going to try to give away all 4 today. Essentially, I have one of my mods that are in the chat that's going to keep track of the answers and the names, and I just had a flash of light in the house, and I hope we don't lose power before I give away the prizes. Got to do this quick. So essentially, I'm just going to ask an easy question. Anyone who's been paying attention to the news at the beginning of the segments, what we're going to do is we're going to pick 4 names, and we're going to pick these 4 names at random, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to contact you guys. Please give us a way to contact you. Contact me through Twitter. Contact me if you're a patron. The easiest way to contact me is just through Patreon. If you're a YouTube member, just contact me through our Discord, let's say, or YouTube, not YouTube, or Twitter. And if you're number 1, you get to pick which one you want. And then number 2 will get the pick from the other 3. And obviously number 4 is going to have to get stuck with whatever. But this is the first batch that we have today. I'm not going to say who the mod is. I don't want that person to get picked on. Someone's asking, who's the mod? It's like, no, that's not going to happen. So question number 1 that we're going to ask is, what was one of the Symbiote Studios Wave 4 plushes that we showed? So just say that if you are a YouTube member or a patron. We're going to have our mod in the background write down some names, and then we'll announce later who those 4 are. And just try to contact us and decide what you want to get. We have the the Transformers Cyberverse Cheetor Spark Armor Edition with that crazy huge aircraft carrier. We have the Galactic Odyssey Collection Micron Collection, which came with the 2 little mask homages, as well as a whole bunch of other figurinos. We got a amazing $50 prize pack of Transformers BotBots. That's a $50 worth of BotBots. I had to look this up. I didn't realize BotBots were that expensive. They're actually $3.99 each. Man, they are pricey. Or you get to add to your army building collection of fossilizers of Paleo Treks from Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom Deluxe Class. These are all provided by Blinth and their awesomeness to do this, and they're going to be continuing doing this for the rest of the week. Be sure to check out Blinth and all their stuff. They have an awesome website where they do custom Transformer stuff and third-party little upgrade kits and pieces and everything. They're the ones that made that amazing Unicron set. People aren't aware. So they're the sponsors of this little competition and this little giveaway. So be sure to check that out. Yeah, and I think that's it for now. One sec, my mod is messaging me. He's already sending me some names. Hold on. One sec. I'm just writing them down now. One moment.
Did we get winners already? That's
well, because everyone's going, ah! So we got a few. Okay. Hold on. Thank you, by the way, my mod, Jonathan, just to give a shout out to him. He's not using Jonathan as his name, so don't harass him. All right. And John still John's he pretty much he takes the names and he randomizes them. He's giving me number 4 right now. Okay. And number 4. Okay. We'll do the announcement in a couple of minutes. We won't do it right away. So in the meantime, also with Mikey and Louie, we're gonna jump into the box and we're gonna open some presents live. I'm not gonna open all of it. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. But I figured we'll go through the week and we'll slowly go through it. I'm like, obviously, like, look, I love this Wreck-It Ralph one, but I mean, the box is clearly. Take a guess, people. This is clearly a deluxe class, Kingdom figure, and also I really love this Wreck-It Ralph wrapping paper, and I think I want to be very careful how I open it. That's the problem. Essentially, long story with this is they asked me what I was missing in my collection. As crazy as that is to sound, even someone like me is missing something in their collection. And I thought they were just going to give me this and that, one or two Christmas items or something. They sent me a Unicron-sized box of stuff. So thank you so much, guys. That's insane. Insane to say the least. What I'm going to open up instead, I'm going to open up this weird-shaped one here with DC stuff on it. So let's do that. Let's open this up, see what's in here. It's orange. Oh! This one's good. This one's good for Aaron Archer. It's Armada Laserbeak. Wonder, does the battery still work?
Amazing.
Does the battery still work? Hold on.
Does it still work?
Oh, the battery still works.
There it is.
Amazing. The battery. Imagine.
Oh
how old is this? This is like 20 years old, 21 years old.
It's very old. I sold mine about, I think, the last TFCon I was in, which was 2019.
I loved his gimmick. Where's the wings? And it opens up. Oh, how does it work? How does the wings work? Remember, you twist it or something, and his wings pop out.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, there we go.
There it is.
Awesome. That is so cool. That is so cool. That's number 1. Oh, we're gonna make a mess here. Oh, I just cleaned up too. We have a super chat from Gotcha Gray, and he says, "Symbiote Hot Rod plushie when?" Brother, let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
That would be number 1 on my list. But when you're talking licensing, you got to go with the greatest hits first. The sad truth is, I know it sounds crazy, someone like Shockwave would sell better than Hot Rod. I know that sounds crazy, but thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Gotcha, Gray. So anyways, that's number 1. Let's go with a. Okay, we'll go with a boxed one. Let me see. I see. Here's another one too. Like, this is like Super Mario, like wrapping paper, and I'm just going like, I don't want to destroy this.
Okay, so for next Christmas, instead of giving you toys, just give him wrapping
find some really good wrapping paper. I'm gonna try to open it with an X-Acto blade. Hold on. How do I do this? Okay. Oh, I just cut Peach's face. Wait, this is a good start.
Oh, no.
Hold on. 1 sec. and no, I wasn't one of those kids that would, like, open a package. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, I'm starting to see what it is now. Okay. At least I'm opening good. Okay. Kind of got it good. I can remove... look at that. Removed it from the packaging perfectly. So it is... Oh, that's really cool. Transformers Generation Selects... And it's even the suspense, because you don't know until you open it. Sandstorm G2. That is really cool.
Oh, nice.
That is awesome.
That's nice.
I never got this one. That is really cool.
That's great.
Thank you, Mikey and Louie. That one's really good. That was based off of a design that only made it to the box art phase. It never actually was made into a toy. There was obviously some like hand painted protos and stuff, but never got to retail. And so that's always a pretty cool one. Nice piece of history there. And I got to save the wrapping paper. Peach Summer. And even, oh, look at it. Even has Babam on it. Man, that's nice.
See, next time, guys, just the wrapping paper.
Don't listen to her. They're gonna send me giant rolls of wrapping paper. That's what. Shout out to Andy, one of my fellow streaming buddies on Twitch. Cook Sucks. He was talking about how he had like stomach problems or something, and for like weeks people were sending him diapers. So it was like, oh my god. Someone sent him a box, and it was like the box was a flat screen television, and he was like, oh my god, someone sent me a flat screen. He opens it up, it was all diapers.
Oh no.
I love you, Andy. Hope you're doing well in New York. He's in New York right now. Check him out on Twitch. Cook Sucks. COOKSUX. Cook Sucks. He's a IRL streamer. Pretty cool dude. I've known him for years. Went to many a BotCon with him back in the day. A lot too much nudity for my life, though. Let me tell you, he needs to put some clothes on. Let's open up another one. We got a small one here with some DC. We'll open up this one here. What do we got here? Looks like another loose figure. Who do we got in here? Ooh, what is this one? What is this one? What is this one? Oh, snap. So we got Decepticon. This is from the Netflix version. Decepticon Mirage, which was done in the purple colors there. That's pretty cool. Oh, see, because I love my Formula One Transformers. People are paying attention. Oh man, that is really cool. I didn't have this one either. The Netflix stuff had like in Quebec, in the province of Quebec, city of Montreal, had like no footprint here. I don't know why. Either it was coming out and disappearing just as quick, or they just never came out at all. I'm not too sure.
It really was like
was it like that in Toronto also?
It was like that. In my Walmart, it was just a small handful of Netflix stuff, which was like the RC and probably like another couple of toys, and then that was it. And then it disappeared within a month. I'm like, where are they? So weird.
I don't know. All right, guys.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna ask. Do you guys want me to open up another loose figure or go for something boxed again? Because the boxed ones, I almost feel like I could kind of guess what they are in a little bit, like at least like in the joke. I'm gonna look at the chat. See, do you want another loose figure or something boxed? Let's see what they say. Let's see what they say. In the meantime, Christina will regale us with the tales of her toy hunting.
Oh my gosh! Oh, you're putting me on the spot. So you guys aren't seeing this, but like if I move my chair just a slight bit, I got the Ravage over there. I got it, I think, on the day of. I got two, actually. There's one for me and one that was going to be for Lee Tokar, but because TFCon is in the middle of the pandemic, I signed animated Activators Cliff Jumper. This is actually an old one, because I got this from, I don't know, probably around 2010, because both Derek White and David Kay signed it at
I was about to ask.
Yeah, I was about to.
Yeah, they were both there together. It's true. That was 2011. What year was that?
No, it was 2010.
2010. Okay.
It was 2010 because that was my first time meeting David Kay, and that was like one of my milestone moments.
That was your first time meeting David Kay? Really?
Yeah.
He's been to so many like Toronto shows up to that point. Really?
But I didn't hear about TFCon until 2008.
The first time I met David Kay wasn't even a TFCon. It was Anime North. This is when he was like knee deep in Inuyasha and stuff. Like, and I don't remember what year that was. Now I'm gonna really date myself.
That was like Anime North 2005.
Was it 2005?
It was 2005.
Wow.
I didn't go to
conventions
until I didn't go to conventions until 2008 because the whole idea of a convention was so new to me.
Mm.
So yeah. Also, I was quite young, so I'm like, oh, I'm going to my first convention at 17.
She's
That's
she's she's a lot younger than me. I'm an old man, so you know she's the pretty hotness here. I'm the old broken. So,
Oh
uh,
no. Um,
um, but yeah. So I guess they said they want me to open a box. Oh
okay.
my
All
God,
right.
this one is heavy. Holy.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna open up a box. This is a heavy one. Holy like this is. I don't know. This can't be anything. I can't guess what this is. So we have some Mickey Mouse this time around. So I'm just going to tear into that. What is this? Are you serious?
What did you get?
Oh my God. This is like no joke. Oh my God. Louie and Mikey, thank you so much. It's a booster box of packs of Titan Returns Attack from the Transformer TCG. This box it came out during the pandemic and became super rare instantly. A box of this goes for $200 easily. Holy moly. Oh my goodness. Oh man, that is some cray cray.
You're gonna open it?
No, not now. Jeez. I was wondering why it was so heavy. I was because I was like Transformer box. Where am I gonna put this? I don't want to damage the box.
Put it on the couch.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, but it's filled with plush. I'll just put it here for now. It's ironic.
Okay.
I'm putting it next to the new TCG thing. Right next to me. Holy moly. I was wondering what that was. I picked it up. I was like, what is this? What is this? Oh, snap. Oh, snap. That is a lot. Holy shit.
You know that, with this box, you're gonna spend the new year reorganizing
It's
your
already
basement again?
now I have paper everywhere now. So I have to clean up again.
You have to clean up. Yeah.
Oh, man. Damn. That's great. Because I'm a big... people who don't know, I'm a big TCG guy. Like, I played Magic the Gathering when it first came out. That just shows, again, how old I am. And when the Transformer TCG came out, not only was it cool because it was a Transformer TCG done by Wizard of the Coast, but because it was a licensing deal, I got to kind of work with them a little bit. And I had this great relationship with I think it was Jason, and William was the other community manager. And if anyone who saw on the podcast, we were revealing cards for the very first time. And they told me, every set, we're going to send you a booster box. And then the pandemic happened. And everything went to hell. And that was it. And it's just, oh man, that's awesome. That is really cool. Mikey and Mikey says you have to open your booster box because it's not what you think. Oh, really? You have to open it?
Oh, wow.
Oh, God.
Okay.
It's looking. Oh,
For
my
those
God.
asking, yes, I did spill water
It's
on my
not what
face.
you think. It's literally every card from the damn set.
No way.
All in. You know what's even more sad? In top loaders, which are expensive as hell. Not top loaders, in sleeves. Oh my God. This is insane. And
wow.
Oh my goodness. Look at this. It's custom TCG cards, but of Beast Machines characters.
Oh my God, that's so
What
cool.
the hell am I looking at? Oh my God, I'm going to have to go through this. Look at this. Megatron. The Mega Head Megatron and the... Oh man, I'm going to have to go through this slowly. This is going to be... We're going to be here all day. Okay. Oh, God.
Yeah.
You guys are killing me. You people who send stuff. Oh, my goodness. Thanks again, all of you guys, man. You guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. All right, we're going to open up... We're going to open up one more. One more today, and then we'll get to the super chats and chill the rest of the day. Going to take another loose one. This one has Guardians of the Galaxy wrapping on it. I love the wrapping. It's like The Mario one's really cool because a big Mario dude. What do we got here? Loose. What do we got here? Loose. Ooh, this is like Constructicon colored. Let's see. Oh, it's Titans Returns Croc. I never got this one. That was on my list. This one. This one was a this was a late wave release one. That's why. So that's like, forget about it. That's awesome. Nice Croc. Check it out, Croc. That's really cool. Awesomeness. Very good. Very, very good. That is really cool. Oh my god. And there's tons more, but we're gonna save it for another time. We're gonna save it for like next week or something. We'll do it, and we'll also give away more stuff too to the peeps. So we have our winners. We have our 4 winners for the here, I'll bring up the prizes. So we have our 4 winners. So first place, who gets the first choice of any of the 4, is Downright Superb. Second place is Horned Owl. Third place is Stinkfist69. Love that name. And fourth place is Ben Williams. So you guys won, so try to contact me any way you can. You have multiple ways because you're patrons and or YouTube members. You're either one or the other. So try to contact me, and we're going to give you your choices that will be available depending on what number you're at. And yeah, this isn't the last time we're going to do this. We're going to do one next week too, so be sure to tune in next week, and we'll have 4 new prizes to pick from. So again, if you have to be, all we ask is you be a YouTube member or a Patreon member. That's how you could win, because it's people who've helped support us throughout the years. Have some way to contact me, whether email, Twitter, whatever. And I'm hoping that you're not too far off the globe. Like if you're in Alaska or Antarctica, the shipping might be crazy because we're covering the shipping too. So, but let's just hope it's not too crazy. So again, congratulations to those 4.
That would be
You were saying, sorry?
That would be interesting that you have viewers from Antarctica.
We have from the Philippines. I saw Germany. It's amazing too because they watch the live stream live, and sometimes they have like the worst possible hours that they could be watching. It's like 3 a.m. in the morning for them. So again, props to them. But yeah, that's awesome stuff. So again, next week we'll dive more into the gift box and open up some more Transformers from Mikey and Louie and the craziness, and God knows what else is in here. My God. I don't even know. And we'll do more giveaways. It'll be 4 new items. We don't know what it'll be yet, but we'll think of something to give back to the fandom. Give back to y'all. If you didn't hear who the names were when we finish the live stream, we will do an upload. It takes about an hour to re-upload it, and that'll be a way you can listen again if you didn't hear your name. We'll wait about a week before we lose faith in someone if they don't contact us, but we'll give you guys a week to contact us pretty much. Let's see. So I think that's it. So let's just jump into some super chats. We'll just take some super chats and some YouTube member questions. I have to clean up all this wrapping paper everywhere. Man, that is crazy. We'll take some.
Bring up next time.
What? Just like, what was crazy was when I got Unicron, I had to bring that box down here. And so I brought it down, I opened it up and everything. And when I got rid of it, I was like, I put it in storage. I was like, thank God I don't have that box around. I have all this space and everything. And then this box comes in. And I'm like, I'm back at this again. It's like a pseudo, nightstand or something. It's so crazy. Man, look at this. Jeez, the sandstorm. So let's read some questions here. Ben Williams saying it's 2 a.m. in the UK. Well, there you go. We got someone from the UK. Let's see. Stinkfist69, I don't care what I get, but if I had a choice, it would be the bots. Well, who knows, Stinkfist? Maybe someone won't want the bots. Who knows? In a couple of months, when bots get a TV series, maybe people will regret not getting the bots. Downright Superb says, Proto, I forget, was MP Cliffjumper ever officially revealed? No, it wasn't. It's kind of crazy. Like the prototypes leaked out. Then we got like better photos of the prototypes. Then we got full color images of the figure. Then we have what's pretty much what we call the final type, or the production sample, which is like literally what the final product is. And Takara and Hasbro still has not acknowledged that this is a thing. So I don't know what the story is with it. I think maybe they're still kind of tied up talking about the MPG Raiden, the Gatai Combiner Raiden, and they're still talking about the collaboration with Honda with the Masterpiece G1 skids. So I think maybe they're just looking for the right opportunity. And we have, supposedly, we're getting a Masterpiece Skyfire at some point, and we still haven't gotten information on that yet. So who knows? Who knows? We'll see in the future. Maybe we'll get some news. Every week we seem to get some kind of reveal or news. So I feel like we're always just like a couple of days away from whatever we're waiting for. Stinkfist69 says, I don't do Twitter, but I could give you my address now if you want. I don't know if you want to give your address here. Trying to think of a good way to do it. See, because I don't...
Is he on Discord?
Yeah, if you're on Discord, I could send you there too. Stinkfist, yeah. We'll figure something out. I'm gonna figure something out. Maybe I'll try to contact you on your Facebook page, or not your Facebook, your YouTube page, and we could work something out, my man. Don't worry, I won't forget. Let's see, Ben Williams. I'd love number 2, but any of them would be amazing. Well, I'll send again. We're gonna send it to everybody. I have to ask my mod. Who got first, who got second. I think first was downright. But Ben Williams, hey, Proto, were the Anibots from Ron Freeman an 86 movie script only ever in the script, or were there anywhere else of them, any plans on them? So what Ben Williams is referring to is in the original script of the 86 movie, there was some characters called the Anibots. That was the Ron Freeman script, and they were never referenced ever again. I want to say that there was a release of, there was a reissue of Twincast done in the Encore line, and they repainted some of his cassettes as other characters. And some people have speculated those are homages to those Anibot characters, but I don't think anything has ever been confirmed. And Ron, I mean, I've met Ron twice already. He doesn't remember a lot of that first script. He doesn't even have like, you know, like a complete memory of it. He just remembers he was asked to kill Optimus Prime in toys, so he kind of just stuck to those guns at least. But it is what it is. Let's see. Stinkfist69, I have to connect to Discord. So Discord's usually the easiest way. Again, if you're a YouTube member or if you're a patron, you have access to the Discord, and that's probably the easiest way to get a hold of me. So, you know, that's one way to do it. That's one way. But yeah. Man, okay, so I'm gonna have to put away all this stuff. Build some super chats in the meantime. If you guys have any questions for Christina too, be sure to super chat. Man, I got a bunch of new toys to play with.
Mm-hmm.
This one's cool because this one I'll definitely bring to a future TFCon with Aaron Archer. This will be a desk item that people could get signed or whatever. Maybe could sign the wing. Let's see here. We got Stinkfist69. It's cool. We got a guest on. Please bring her back more often. She's not the easiest to get a hold of, so we save it for special events, you know? She has a social life. We don't. But yeah. Anyways, let's see. Where else we got here? Let's see. Trying to see all the super chats. Oh, and there goes the light flashing again. I hope we do not lose. I'm glad at least we did the giveaway before we lost power. If we lose power.
Yeah, exactly. I did lose a little connection from you earlier, and I'm thinking like, oh, it might be the wind.
Oh, great. That's all I need.
It's fine.
Let's see. See, some people are like, what's a social life? Yeah, well, it's with COVID, the big V, or whatever you want to call it. It is what it is. Princeton Phalanx 59 with the super chat. Hey, Christina, do you have a YouTube channel?
I do not. I do have a YouTube account that is usually just to like make a comment or like something, but I do not have a channel.
Have you ever thought about like being a content creator, or is it not your thing?
I have thought about it many times, and I have spoken with other people in my field about creating a channel, and really it just narrows down to my time because I'm incredibly busy most of the time, and also just to have the right environment for it. Because this room, while it's nice, it's very poorly lit.
Mm.
I actually have like two major IKEA lights like lighting up in front of me. So I'm just gonna have to like find like a place in a situation where I could just create that space to create that YouTube channel.
Well, and especially like, that's a big problem because I'm very lucky. People don't realize like every single one of my Transformer displays has lights in them. So it's like I have the best lighting ever. But I have seen friends that I've done streams with, like Jaws D, for example, and he does his stream out of a closet, and the lighting is not the best in the world. But I know that like now I'm seeing, if you go like even like the dollar store, you could buy like those cheap halo lights, whatever they're called there.
Yeah,
You could buy them pretty.
the ring
Yeah,
lights.
those are pretty good. The only negative I heard, I think if you have it in front of you for long, it's like your eyes go like, oh God, which I can only imagine.
Oh yeah, exactly.
We got a super chat from Joseph Ritter. He says, Catnip Bravo as Optimus Prime inbound for you. And everyone who bought stuff from Symbiote in December, how cool. Also, Huffer, Puffer, or Slammer, which do you like? I really liked, well, see, you left out like Road Ranger, which came with Puffer. I love the Road Ranger of it, but of those three, I'd have to go with the Puffer mold, mostly because if when I was still doing stuff with BotCon, if we would have had that Puffer mold available to us, there would have been an Optimus Prime minor figure made out of that. Like that sculpt is so Optimus. Like even with the pipes on the shoulders, if you could attach them, like that's a really cool mold. Anyone who hasn't gotten that 2-pack yet, that Road Ranger Puffer 2-pack, I don't know if it's still available on Amazon. I'd have to check, but if it's still available, get it. Like that is really cool. It's if someone would have told me we'd be getting a modern GoBot character, like he would finally get a modern interpretation in a modern line, I would have never believed it. But I'll go with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with that. What about
Yeah.
you?
I was gonna say Puffer
Yeah,
as well.
Puffer's pretty awesome.
It's
And I did a nice photo shoot with him. He had his little. I did that that weird photo shoot with the blue Elsa looking background. I think it was from. Was it LOL? What was the brand?
yeah, it's from the LOL line. And shout out to the person on Discord that linked me to getting those displays. So I am thinking about it.
I know that another LOL thing I got like this car, this blue shiny car that looks like very 80s. I think I seen that one on sale on Target. So if your people are looking to get that one also. Yeah. Stinkfist69, here in Kentucky last night we got hit hard with 20 plus winds and multiple tornadoes. Bro, I feel for you, man. Like at TFCon right now in Toronto, it looks like Dawn of the Dead or whatever was that movie with all the fog there, Like it's crazy, like, zombie movie fog. And here in Montreal, we had freezing rain this morning, so that wasn't fun.
Oh, so that's where it ended up.
Well, we lost power in the morning, and I was like, okay, at least they got it out of their system in the morning, right? The rest of the day wasn't too bad. And now, just before we were going to start our stream, crazy winds. And I'm just like, oh, God, no. Well, so far we're an hour and 16 minutes in or so I think we're okay. But if we do get cut off, I apologize. At least we got most of the stuff out of our system. If we get cut off, I'm not coming back because I get a feeling we're going to lose power and that'll be it. It was so bad, I remember. They always say if you lose power, some of your electrical devices could actually get destroyed, right? I once lost power and my keyboard died permanently. Like it never, and it was only my keyboard. Rest of the computer was fine. Keyboard never worked again. Lost power. And I was just like, that's interesting. And mind you, my friend said, because it's not like it wasn't a USB keyboard. It was like the old school keyboards. You know, like it had like those like 3 prongs and a thing. So I don't know. Maybe it was because of that. I don't know. I have like old tech, some of it. I still have a wired mouse. So people think I'm old there. But anyways. We got another super chat from Joseph Ritter. IKEA lights for the win. Both of you look great tonight, but that shirt...
Thank you.
But that shirt is legit. Which shirt? I think he's talking about yours, not mine. I don't know.
No, he's talking about yours.
When is our next Titan? Look, Mom, my comment was read by Proto Man. First of all, the shirt that I'm wearing is the Symbiote Studios Snake Eye shirt, and you can't see it. Here, I'll pull it up a little bit. Also has Timber, his wolf, on there, looking very cute. So you can get these at symbiotestudios.com. Next Titan class. Well, I mean, the next one that we do know that's coming out is the Black Zarek from Generation Selects. That's going to be shipping out, if I remember correctly, January 1st of 2022. After that, we don't know, but the rumors have been the Cybertron Metroplex. That was the rumors and the slides that we saw online. Nothing's confirmed. We've only seen listings. And then, of course, what we talked about today in the news, I'll just pull up the slide quickly just to show people who are coming in late. The Omega Supreme that supposedly maybe we'll learn more about in the future if they talk about. But that's the 3 of them that I could think of in the shorthand. I mean, if you wanted me to guess what I'd like to see, you know, like, I don't know, the Nemesis needs to have something done now that we got the Arc, you know? So
yeah,
I think that's that. Who is it going to be, though? That's a difference. You know, I think they're just going to, just like how when they made the Arc, if you would have asked me before, which character do you think it's going to be based on? I would have said, well, we had Omega Supreme as the Arc, but then I wouldn't have guessed Omega Supreme. And it just ended up being like the last Autobot. I'm pretty sure they'll think of somebody that'll match the Nemesis well. Like people are saying, oh, use Tidal Wave. But I'm like, no, I think they'll do something else. I think they'll find something that's just obscure enough, but people won't buy it for that obscure like no one bought it because it was based off of the last Autobot. People bought it because it was the Arc, you know? And it's the same thing. If like they made the Nemesis like Majin Zarek from the Beast Wars second movie, people won't buy it because it's Majin Zarek. That'll just be an extra like nod to the hardcore fans. They'll buy it because it's the Nemesis. You know, they'll buy it because it has, you know, little mini figs of like the cone heads or something in it and stuff. So I think that's how it'll go down. Lizard Sphere X wants to know, I remember watching Unsolved Mysteries where a lady got zapped by lightning through her bathtub faucet. Well, that's some bad wiring in the house then. I don't know how that works. Why would there be an electrical line near the metal of the bathtub faucet? That's weird. I don't know. I'm not a contractor, but I kind of have a general idea of electricity as a mechanic, and that's still kind of a weird way to ground your... Was she standing in the water when she touched it? I don't know. It's a weird one. Titan Revenge would also be sick as well. Yeah, that'd be cool, the Revenge. You know, that's a more obscure one that some people would not know of. To me, the Titan class, because it always represents the centerpiece of the year, like whatever that Titan class is, it's really a big primary focus of the line and becomes featured in whatever the next Netflix series is or anything. It's got to be a good one. It can't just be something throwaway. So we'll see. Let's see. Do we have any other super chats? Got to scroll up just to make sure. Again, guys, if you want a super chat, just hit the button at the bottom. Ask me or Chris any questions you like. We got little under 40 minutes left in the evening, and then we will go our separate ways and enjoy everything. Is anyone here at TFCon right now? I'm just kind of curious. I know Larry is at TFCon right now, and he's in the chat, but is anyone else at TFCon? Because didn't hear I heard there wasn't as many people as we were hoping there would be, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Here we go. Ben Williams, could HasLab do a Revenge one day? The thing, and I've said this with HasLab, the thing with HasLab is because those are such, like, those are big investment items. in terms of not so much like, the effort that has to go into them, but them banking on them doing well. And there's only so far away you could go from what the fans would know before like people go, oh, okay, yeah. Because I mean, we just saw the Rancor not do well with Star Wars. Like it didn't make it. And I mean, there's more people who know who the Rancor is than Star Saber. Like there's in America. So it's like and obviously there's different arguments. Oh, the Black Series fans, they were burned out. There was too much stuff to buy. It's the holiday season when it was ending. I get that too. I do. But I think there's only so many times you could do really obscure stuff. And, Star Saber, I believe he needed 10,000 backers? Or 9,000? How many did he need? Anyone in the chat remember that? Do you remember, Christina?
I think it was 9,000 or 8,000.
Yeah. And I think also the Rancor, I think, was also like 8,000 or 9,000. So it's like whatever we would probably get next would probably be a similar. I know Unicron was 8,000. But whoever we would get next is probably going to also be those similar numbers. And the more weirder you go, the more it's like, ooh, do you have 8,000 people that would be willing to drop that kind of bank? I mean, again, the Rancor not doing well is definitely going to make people go, huh, okay. Oh, yeah, it's true. Star Saber was 11,000. Yeah, he had a weird number. Yeah, he was 11,000, and then 13,000 was the first unlock goal, and da-da-da-da-da. Now I remember. Okay. Anyways, but, I mean, I think it would have to be something that has a little more credibility and good price and cheaper. The FOMO is not going to happen this time around with Star Saber. There's too many people I know that bought like 3 of them to resell, and I'm going like, ooh boy, you're not the only one that thought like that. A lot of people were asking me if they should do that, and I told them all the same thing. If everyone's thinking like you, there's going to be a lot of them in the secondary market, and now you're going to be fighting for who's going to sell it the cheapest so they can make that sale. And then in the end, are you making any money? Your time, your effort, packaging it up, going to the post office. God forbid you undercharge on the shipping. That thing's going to be big, So it's going to be a tough one. Stinkfist69 with the super chat for $5. You said 20 miles an hour wind when it was 200 miles an hour winds. It's scary as hell. Never heard wind and felt it moving anywhere like it felt it moving anything, even my house. Well, let me ask you this. I hope you have a good basement. That's where I am too. This is all a basement operation going on here with the TF room. I find that.
Are you hearing the wind from your basement?
I hear it a little bit, but that's only because at the top of my stairs I have my bathroom, and my bathroom has that fan there that's connected outside. So when it's super windy, you could hear it like. It's like you ever blow at the top of a bottle, like a beer bottle, it goes, So like that's kind of happening. So you kind of hear it a little bit. Oh, and it just flickered the lights again. Oh my God, it's making me worry every time. I always worry we're going to lose the connection. Where are we at here? Tom Laney, saw some pics. Stink thoughts and prayers to everyone. Oh, it's that bad over there. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, Stinkfist. Man. That's the thing, there's some crazy places in the world, man. That's people are like, why do you live in Montreal? It's so cold. I'm like, it's cold, but, I think I'll deal with the cold, thank you. Some other places sometimes I wonder. Downright superb. Why is the base Kingdom Cheetor over $43 on Amazon? The Voyager Prime is $57. Could it be related to the foreign market paying higher prices because they don't have proper access to them? No, you know what the problem is with Amazon? And this has been part of Amazon's culture since before Amazon was selling toys and video games. Amazon used to be a book kind of thing. And how Amazon worked was the second a book was done in pre-orders and then done in allocation is after pre-orders are done, then you have it's in stock, right? But then when it's not in stock anymore and it's and I'm going to use air quotes here, retired, all of a sudden people go, oh, it's retired. you can't get it anymore, and now all of a sudden people are asking crazy money for it. Because then the secondary market of Amazon, where you could sell on there, they try to take advantage of that so they can make money. And that was the culture in Amazon for years. That bled over into product. All of a sudden, it's like you're trying to buy, I don't know, a special light bulb you want on Amazon, and it's up for sale, it's in stock, and then it's not in stock anymore. All of a sudden, all these people come out of nowhere going, well, I have it. It's used condition, da-da-da, and I'm asking double the price, you know? And even me, like, one example, I wanted to pre-order Super Mario Odyssey, but the Traveler's Guide edition, which came with like a little book and stuff. I wanted that specific version of the game, and it went up for pre-order, and then it disappeared, and then that was it. And then all that was left was guys who scalped it, who are like waiting for when it retires. And so you kind of have that kind of market, because I guarantee Tom, not Tom, Downright Superb, I guarantee that if you go on eBay, you're not seeing Cheetor for $43. You know, I guarantee I guarantee at TFCon this weekend, there's probably loose Cheetors on tables for like maybe $15. So that it's right now, it's just the Amazon culture. They do that a lot. Look at any old product that isn't in circulation anymore. Someone on Amazon's asking 5 times the amount, because they're hoping there's that one mom that wants to be able to get it for a birthday, and it's like, oh, it was original MSRP $14.99. Now the guy's asking $60, and she's like, screw it. It's for his birthday, whatever, he'll be happy. And they want to make that one sale. The old saying is you don't need to sell. Like if you have 100 glasses of lemonade, you could sell 100 of them for $1 and make $100, or you could sell one for $100 and make $100. And the thing is you don't need to have 99 smart people. You just need to have one dumb person that's desperate that needs to drink some lemonade, and you make that $100 easy. And that's what they hope on. They hope for that one person that's willing to pay that. And unfortunately, there's a lot of those people out there. They really are. Stinkfist says here reports are over
that
70 people dead right now. Oh my God, what's going on?
Yeah, they are.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's a major tornado that happened in Kentucky.
Damn, and I was there too for BotCon. Is it because, is tornadoes a thing? Excuse my ignorance as a hockey playing, poutine eating, Canadian. Is it because it's the winter and that's what kind of happens over there during winter? Or is this just a common thing that happens every so often? My knowledge of tornadoes comes from Wizard of Oz, unfortunately, and that's not the best kind of knowledge of a tornado. Yeah.
Well, from what I gathered, is because we had a really surprisingly warm day, and mixed in with the cold front, it actually reacted to become a tornado. But also a lot of tornadoes, even hurricanes, are coming in either too early or too late from what is being predicted. And it's because, unfortunately, climate change is the biggest one, and also a bunch of other factors. Again, we're not supposed to have 16 degrees Celsius weather in Toronto in the middle of December.
In December, yeah.
It's unheard of.
I forget which year it was. I went to Toronto for New Year's.
Mm-hmm.
Drove home, sun, no snow. January 1st. And I was like, wow. I work in the motor industry. I work with cars. And let me tell you something. It's nuts. It's nuts how, I think electric cars could exist right now. I don't want to go off on that tangent. I've had this discussion 1 billion times with people. Electric cars could exist tomorrow, but the crooked motor industry will not allow that. That's all I'm going to say.
Exactly.
So my channel's going to get flagged by BMW or something. They're like, hey, be quiet, But that's a whole other story. I'll save that.
Yeah.
I'll save that for another podcast. Some people are saying 16 Celsius. What do you really mean? They need some Fahrenheit here. We have a.
I'm not going to convert that for
not going to
you.
convert it. What is it right now? I'm going to check right now in Montreal. What is it right now here? It's just windy.
Well, it's gotten cold now. When I went outside after having dinner, it got really cold all of a sudden. I'm like, oh my God, now it's winter. And I was wearing a leather jacket.
10 right now.
So,
we're 10 right now.
oh my God.
10 with talk about a tongue twister. 10 right now with light rain and wind. So
In the middle of December.
in the middle of December, it should be snow.
Yeah.
Should be
It
snow.
should be snow.
Crazy. And this is Canada. Should be snow. We're not talking Florida, you know.
No.
Um, Princeton Phalanx 59. It's an unusual time of year for tornadoes.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that sucks.
It
that
is.
sucks.
That's usually falls in the summertime. As in, hurricanes are supposed to come in like around September to like the end of the fall season, but they came in very early this year. So yeah, it's very scary. Weather is becoming more unpredictable and more dramatic.
Well, there's this. I forget what was the website. A friend of mine showed it to me. It's like a what if website. Like, what if the sea levels rise, and like if you would be screwed or not. And I constantly look at that website because I'm like, oh, I bought a house. Oh no, I'm near the waterfront, and I'm like, what if?
Yeah, you're in lowland.
Yeah, I know.
So is Toronto.
Yeah.
We're in lowland. We've always experienced.
I'm gonna be
flooding
Atlantis
every year.
if I don't play my cards right. Oh boy. We got a super chat from Downright Superb. America didn't get to the moon on Celsius. Oh God.
Oh my god.
We're not gonna start this discussion. Where's my?
You're watching a Transformers podcast with two Canadians. Deal with it.
We're not gonna talk about it. I love America, but I'm like, look, like we created maple syrup. End of story. There you go. I'm not even gonna say basketball. I'm just gonna go with maple syrup because that's the good.
Do not get any Americans started about like, oh, it's like we brought basketball to the map. Like, no, Canada did, but okay, go off.
Maple syrup. I'll go with maple. I'll go with poutine. The best day a man could have is 3 hot dogs, a poutine, and an arcade. That's my life. Wayne the Game Gladiator with the $5 super chat. Thank you, Wayne. Hey Proto, rewatching JG1, Japanese G1. Headmasters has poor pacing, Super God Master Force, best character arc, and good balance of story to action. Thoughts on Victory seems to have a lot of action. You nailed it right on the head, Wayne. Headmasters was because Japan took over, Toei specifically took over telling the story and doing the animation and the pace and everything. And Headmasters, when you really look at it compared to the other two, was Toei going, well, we got to keep the style and flavor of what Generation 1 was before, when it was Sunbow and Nelson Shin's studio.
Nelson Shin, yeah.
God, what was it? ACOM production.
Icon.
So like they were trying to keep that, for better or for worse, design and storytelling pace and everything like that, at the detriment of Headmasters. Headmasters has some good moments. You know, the battle between Ultra Magnus and Six Shot, the battle between Soundwave and Blaster, the episode where Optimus Prime passes away and it's the birth of Double Convoy with Optimus and Rodimus. There's a few cool scenes, but I do agree in general it's probably the weakest of the bunch in terms of pace. Also, I found it was just boring in general. It was just kind of like, you know, there's a lot of scenes where it's just, there's no music. It's just kind of like, you know, sound effects in the background. It's just no dialogue. And it's just like, you know, character walking somewhere. And it's like a good 5 seconds of footage. It's just like, you know. Super God Master Force is in my top 3 favorite Transformer series of all time. So I don't think it's fair for even me to give an opinion, because I think it's incredible. It's if you use humans in Transformers, how they should be used. You know, like I don't like. I know Japan is guilty of this, and some of my favorite TF series still kind of have those flaws, but I'm not a fan of the cheering kids on the sideline kind of thing, which was most of the Brave stuff, and obviously Armada and Cybertron, aka Micron and Galaxy Force. But, you know, if done properly, someone like Sari, let's say, where you integrate that character properly. Spoiler for anyone that hasn't watched animated, you know, shame on you. You know, when you integrate that side human character that normally would have been cheering on the side, then it's good. And that's where Master Force figured that out. It's like, yeah, you can have Ghost Shooter cheering on the side and go, yeah, Metal Hawk, but then involve them also, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then he says here, thoughts on Victory? Seem like a lot of action. Yeah, Victory, out of all the Transformers series of that era, is probably the most violent. In terms, it has the most deaths. It's the most time you see characters die in a TV Transformer series that isn't the 86 movie or something. And I find the final battle between Starsaber and Deathsaurus is probably, and I know this is saying a lot, probably top 1 or top 2 final battles in all of Transformers. Like, no joke.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's pretty, like, clearly the budget, they were just like, okay, it's the last episode. And Transformers Victory is one of these anime series, because for people who don't follow anime is either done in 13 episodes, 32 episodes, or 52 episodes. With Victory, they kind of did this budget where it's like, oh, it's going to be 52 episodes, but it's not. And we're going to have a lot of clip shows. Like, we're going to have clip show episodes, so that saves us budget on certain episodes because we don't have to have budget for this episode because it'll just be a clip show episode, and we can just have, the actor come in and dub some new, talking footage. So they probably put all that budget into that last episode. That last episode was cray. So I don't want to spoil too much, but Victory is a lot of action. Thanks for the super chat question, my friend. That's cool. Wayne the Game. Ben Williams says, Proto, you missed Dreamer Out There super chat. Did I? Oh, hold on. Oh, there is one. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry I missed that. So, because they get all pushed up quickly. That's the problem. Mm-hmm. Dreamer Out There with the super chat. Sorry, Dreamer. I'm so sorry about that. How well do you think HasLab G1 gun Megatron for Earthrise would do? Just like $500. You know what? I don't think they would allow it. They can't. Here's the problem. They did a water gun Generation 1 Megatron in Japan. They did one recently. And even Japan was giving them trouble. Where they usually have, they have crazy gun laws, but at the same time, they're very lax when it comes to like replicas and stuff. And they were having problems with importing it and all that kind of stuff. They'd have to do, and it's going to be like what they did with the previous masterpieces. They'd have to do something where it's in robot mode, and they have to show no indication that it turns into a gun. Otherwise, like Big Bad Toy Store back in the day, orange plug crazy glued right into the barrel, and nobody wants that, So it's good. It's a tough one. When they did, I want to go get it. I had Aaron Archer on the podcast when we talked about it. They did legend scale G1 Megatron that turned into a gun. Tiny! Like it could fit in your hand. Like it was literally in the palm of your hand, and it turned into a gun. And Aaron's like, it fit into the palm of your hands. It was 3 inches long, and we still had to put an orange tip on it. Because today you go to a gun show or a gun convention, and people are selling guns that are that big as a novelty. Like it actually still. So it's tough. It's really tough. Like the sad truth is gun Megatron outside of the Japanese market is going to be a very hard thing to see. And something like HasLab, which is primarily a Western design kind of idea, I don't know. Again, I think you're going to get a gun Megatron from the Japanese side. Maybe they'll do some original mold or something, but don't expect anything in American retail or from Hasbro Pulse. And again, shipping it is a beast. Mm-hmm. If it gets shipped in gun mode, it's like, that's not even going to go through customs. They're going to freak the hell out. Especially if you live in Canada. They're going to be like, what is this? Like you buy a G1 Megatron, which is a Walter P38 German gun, and someone ships it to you in gun mode to Canada. Kiss that goodbye. Stinkfist69 with the super chat. Christina, what's your favorite TF character and series? Well, he has multiple stuff. So what's your favorite TF character and series? What some other lines do you collect? It's great that you are on here tonight. Thanks.
Aw, thank you. Favorite character, favorite series. Favorite character is, of course, Dinobot from Beast Wars. Favorite design of Dinobot is the Transmetal 2 version.
You like that one.
Favorite.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I do love that one. Favorite series, of course, being Beast Wars. Favorite lines to collect. Power Core